Hi, welcome in to Wine Society of East Tennessee video series. My name is Scott Farmer. I'm the president of the Wine Society, and today we're bringing you some great information, and that information is coming by the way of Amy Barrett with Euphoric Cheese Shop here in Farragut. Euphoric is one of the new partners with Wine Society, so we're glad to have them here, and we're excited about what they bring to the Wine Society. And today we wanted to bring you a video talking specifically about wines and cheeses. How do you pair them? What do you need to be looking for? How do you get help on that? So I asked Amy if we could come in and do a video. She graciously accepted, so we're here today to do that. So Amy, first tell us about where you're located and your hours, that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. So we're located in Farragut off of Kingston Pike. If you know where the Farragut Middle School is, we're in front of that. If you know where Buddy's Barbecue is, we're behind that.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Right. And your hours?
We are open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 till 6. And we've been here about 4.5 months and have had amazing community support. We've just really been excited about the excitement when people come through the doors. So it's been a great experience so far.
These are real natural together, and we all, grew up knowing about wine and cheese. But why?
Yeah, great question. I won't lie, some of it's marketing. Wine and cheese industries have found magic because cheese also pairs with a lot of other things really well, but wine and cheese is the thing that it has stuck. And there's actually good reason for it too. The fats and the proteins in cheese really help balance out some of what you're experiencing as you taste different wines. And so there are certain cheeses that have a higher fat content or a higher protein content, and they pair better with different wines because of that. And so the fun of it is just tasting, experimenting, finding out what you like, because what I like might be different from what you like, and just figuring out what works for your palate.
Oh, nice. Well, tell me some of the basics.
I think probably one of the most important and the most useful tip is to find cheeses and wines that match each other's intensity. Okay. So you don't want a really bold red wine with a mild cheese like a Havarti. Okay. It's just the wine is gonna overtake the cheese. You just won't get much out of it. And the other opposite is true. You don't want a huge blue with tons of flavor that's gonna overwhelm your taste buds with a light white. Yeah. So it's about finding that complementary intensity that works. The
California oaked buttery Chardonnay.
Sure.
What do you pair with that?
Sure. Well, my favorite pairing, which may be different from someone else's, is I always love a nice, just basic double cream brie with an oaky Chardonnay. It was probably one of my first cheese combinations that I fell in love with. That kind of got me going. Okay. Yeah. I get this. Yeah, this works for me. Exactly. And on a nice warm day, sitting out on the patio, it's a perfect combination. And it doesn't need much else just to enjoy that.
Right. Well, staying with whites, let's talk sparkling. So we've got a dry champagne or a dry sparkling. What do you look for there?
Sure. So that effervescence really asks to be contrasted with something very buttery and rich.
Okay.
When you have and here I go to a triple cream brie, right, which means a higher fat content, usually a little softer and more buttery, often more salty, and it just complements that sparkling experience in your mouth. It's just like this, that champagne refreshes after the buttery cheese.
Awesome. All right. So moving to reds, one of the most popular reds is Pinot. So kind of starting on the lighter side, what do we need to look for in pairing Pinots? And I say this because we have a Pinot tasting this weekend with some friends, so
sure.
I'm going to make notes.
In my mind, this one's a little more open. When you have a lighter red, there's a wide variety that you can pair it with. You don't want to go too bold on your cheese, like I said, so you don't want to go super extra sharp cheddar, but maybe a milder cheddar would be a good fit. You can also experiment too with different types of milks, sheep's milk and goat's milk. Sheep tends to have a little more of a nutty flavor, and a great tip is when in doubt about what to pair your wine with, go for a nutty cheese. Okay. And a good nutty cheese generally comes from a sheep's milk. So a Manchego, an Idiazabal, something along those lines is usually going to be a safe bet.
Awesome. All right. So Moving up the spectrum to a Zen, so we're talking a little bolder wine, a lot more fruit. So what do we do there?
Absolutely. So when you have a fruit-forward wine, I think of a creamy cheese, something like a Morbier, something that's going to balance out that Zinfandel. And depending on how bold it is, because there's obviously a range, you might even experiment with a blue. So I did this just last night, wasn't sure it was going to work, and it completely worked. So yeah, test the boundaries. And you know, the great thing is there's no rules. It's really about experimentation, and if you like a pairing, that's all that matters.
Cool.
Yeah. Especially if you're the one picking out the wine and the cheese. Everybody else can deal.
That's right, exactly. And I think exactly what you said about the Zen kind of carries forward to the Cab. But what I challenge people to do as the wine guy is taste 3 different parts. Taste the wine. Let the palate kind of cleanse. Taste the cheese.
Yes.
Let the palate kind of cleanse. And taste them together.
Yes.
Because I have found personally that the cheese with it will either change the wine or the wine will change the cheese.
Absolutely.
There's this dance that goes on that really becomes special. That's where some of the most fun.
I absolutely love that, and that's one of the most fun things about pairings. And it's funny that you say that as the wine guy, that you would taste the wine first and then the cheese. As the cheese person, I would probably taste the cheese first and then there's no right way to do it.
There's no right way. There you go. Awesome.
But that is the fun of it.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about putting together a charcuterie. What's some of the keys that we want to do there?
Yeah, absolutely. And so that was part of what we wanted to do with our shop, was help people figure out how to build their own charcuterie board. So we carry everything from crackers of every variety to nuts, chocolates, fruits. What you're looking for is just a variety of flavors. And I mean, we have probably a dozen different types of charcuterie meats, possibly more. And there's such variety within those. You've got prosciutto, which is going to have a saltier quality. And then you've got, milder like Genoa salami, and then some that have herbs in them. And so you're just looking to get kind of a variety, something that's going to pair well with your cheese. I mean, different jams pair well with different cheeses, and also different cheeses with different wines. So you're just looking for that kind of just a Epicurean experience, I guess, and having those options for yourself, your guests, whoever you're serving.
Our mission as the Wine Society is to support wine culture, wine community in East Tennessee, and Euphoric is definitely a part of that and can add so much to your wine experience. So please come in and see them. Check us out on our website, www.ws4et.com, to see all of our events coming up, and we have an event coming up soon, so you'll see Euphoric Cheese in there. How do we find you online?
Sure, you can find us on our website. It's euphoriccheese.com. We're also on Facebook and Instagram at Euphoric Cheese Shop.
Awesome. Amy, thanks for your time.
Thank you,
I
Scott.
really appreciate it.
it.